Hello and welcome to Cocktails with a Twist of History, your digital destination for all things cocktails. When I was in college, oh so many years ago, the cocktail, Sex on the Beach, was very popular. It's a vodka cocktail with some peach schnapps, orange juice, and some cranberry juice, either layered on the bottom or mixed right in. It's not a very alcohol-forward drink, but it can really get you going if you've had a few. It was easy enough for the bartenders to make, and people liked ordering it because of the name. There's a story that it was created by a bartender in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Ted Pizzio, in 1987, who had a challenge to sell as much peach schnapps as he could. So he created a cocktail based around it. The prize was $1,000. Fort Lauderdale was a spring break destination, and he said that the college students that were going down there were looking for sex and the beach. The problem with the story is that the cocktail appears in a cocktail book called The American Bartender's School Guide, and it was written by a guy named Jack Tiano, and that was in 1982, 5 years before the Fort Lauderdale story. Either way, the cocktail became very popular, and it was very big with the Fort Lauderdale and Florida spring break scene. It was made either in a hurricane glass or a Chimney or Collins glass. The hurricane glass usually had crushed ice, so you could charge more for that. Okay, I have been talking way too long without a cocktail in my hand. Let's make a Sex on the Beach. It is a shaken cocktail because in the 80s, shaken cocktails were very popular. So we are going to need our shaker, which is right here. And let's make sure we have the cap, which we do. Excellent. Now, we are going to be using 2 ounces of vodka. And here we go. We have 2 ounces of vodka. You do not need a very high-end vodka for this. It is one of those that has a lot of juice in it, and so therefore wouldn't use complete garbage, but it really doesn't pay to use a really expensive one either. Okay, we need 1 ounce of peach schnapps. Peach schnapps is pretty easy to find around. And yeah, like I said, people have been using the peach schnapps for a long time. Now, we need 2 ounces of orange juice, which I have over here, 2 ounces. I am going to leave the cranberry juice to layer it on the bottom. We're going to see the effects of that. And we are going to put in, like I say, always plenty of ice. If I can grab the ice, there we go. And we're going to leave a few ice cubes for the cup as well, for the glass. And here, 1 more thing of ice. Now, let's cover it and shake. It does not need a lot of shaking. Just really needs to be mixed and to be cold. Here is our Collins glass. Let's put in our ice cubes into that. 1, 2, and we'll put in a 3rd one just in case. And here we go. A couple more shakes. And pour in. There we go. And it is a nice colored cocktail. And now, what we are going to do is to pour very slowly on the side, or sometimes you could use a spoon. We're going to pour in the cranberry juice so that it sits on the bottom. And you can see that it makes a layered cocktail. Very similar idea to the tequila sunrise and those kind of drinks. It gets garnished with a orange peel and some cherries. And let's have a taste. Ooh, that is a nice cocktail. You taste the orange right away. Like I said, not very alcohol forward, but it's good. And like I said, if you drink a few of them, it really can get you going. Delicious, very refreshing. So sometimes you can put in pineapple juice instead of the orange juice. I've seen that done. There are other variations. They actually have names. Sex in the Driveway. Replace the cranberry juice with blue carousel and orange juice with lemonade. I'm not sure why they call it that. The woo-woo, if you leave out the orange juice, it makes a much stronger cocktail, and that's why they call that woo-woo. Safe Sex on the Beach is a mocktail. You replace the vodka with extra juice and the peach schnapps with a peach nectar or peach juice, and therefore it's safe. Another reason the cocktail became so popular was because of a movie called Cocktail with Tom Cruise, which came out July 29, 1988. In the movie, Tom Cruise's character jumps on the bar to a roaring crowd who are yelling for more. He says that he is the last barman poet and recites a poem. I am the last barman poet. I see America drinking the fabulous cocktails I make. American getting stinky on something I stir or shake. The sex on the beach, he pauses for the yells. The schnapps made from peach. The velvet hammer. The Alabama slammer. He goes on from there. If you want to watch it, it is worth watching the movie. As always, if you know other pieces of the story, we want to know. So you can put it in the comments, you can send it to us by email, or you can tell it to the bottle. We want to know. Also, please make sure to like, to follow, to subscribe, and to send a link of the show to somebody else so they can enjoy cocktails with a twist of history. Thank you.